No, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, no. No, no. Oh, no, no, no. No, no, but no, no, no. No. Schwelg. Wait, deep dub dang dun plum dun did it now. Today will likely be pretty short, given the fact that I've done most of the cleanup. I'm still gonna set it up for the cloinoid. Blub blub blob blip blub blub blob blob blip blub blip blob blob. Safe houses come free. Well, there's not even no videotapes. Damn. Yeah, that should be all of them. I think it's just gonna stay on that. Oh, let's send a pineapple under the sea. SpongeBob SquarePants! Eh. Actually, now that I actually have light on, I want to see if I can find a decent pair of pants. I don't think blue fits with the black shirt. If I'm being totally honest. I mean, black pants would fit fine with a blue shirt. I don't know what there's, but maybe I need to swap shirt entirely. Or jacket entirely. No, beige or brown are actually pretty good for... I think we're going with brown. Maybe it's a good accent color. Oh, wait. There we are. No, not blue, that's too Mario. But we'll take dark brown pants. The gloves, I think we're gonna go with... Actually, now we can go with black gloves. Or actually, gray. Maybe, no. This will just be way too many colors. I think black will be the best fit. And as for hat, is any okay? Banana hats! I hate yellow. I think that's a fine setup. So what is it I'm supposed to upgrade? It is, well, red with rope and dark brown. Yellow. Ja, 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 ja. Er, er de helt spærret? Ja. Nej, men jeg kører ikke igennem eltang. Ja, ja, det ved jeg godt, men jeg snakkede om det sving, der var der, hvor det er, barrikaden ser ud til at være. Det er lige omkring et sving, sådan, så der jeg kan komme udenom alt det der, men stadigvæk bruge nogenlunde samme vej. Jeg sender jer lige, hvor det er, jeg har tænkt mig at køre henad, fordi jeg er rimelig sikker på, at vi snakker forbi hinanden. Okay. Ja, ja, vi ser det. Ja, altså, det der, det vil ikke give mening, fordi hvis det er, de spærrer den, efter det er, at den kommer ud på Birkemose, efter den forbinder på Birkemosevej, så giver det netop, at folk de kan køre igennem alle sammen. Men hvis de spærrer den både før og efter, så er det egentlig bare at klynge den vej af, for at klynge den vej af. Jo. Mm. Nej, jeg skal overhovedet ikke ind i Altang. Ja, 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 mm, ja, og det var det. Netop så vil jeg kunne køre op mod golfklubben og komme rundt om den vej, fordi den forbinder til Eltangvej efter, der hvor det er, de har sagt, at de vil spærre, som de ikke har indikeret overhovedet. Jeg har ikke tid søndag. Ja. Ja. Okay. Ja. Nej. Dem, der kunne noget, de er fucking ligeglade. Mm. Yes. Hvis jeg havde. Ja. Ja, ja. Det skal jeg nok. Nej, det var en time før. Måske. Ja, det bliver jeg nødt til at finde ud af det her. Det bliver jeg nødt til at finde ud af der. Okay. Ja. Altså, altså hvis det er det, så bliver jeg jo nødt til så bliver jeg nødt til at belejre en rådhus. Men på den anden side, jeg har nok en flamingo at lave napalm med, hvis det bliver til det. Det gør vi. Hey. Sorry about that. Apparently, the commute to my job has been completely butt fucked. First, they figured, hey, let's start road work on the highway because that isn't a main artery thing. That isn't the main artery of traffic. That we're just shutting off, or not shutting off directly, but we're lowering the speed limit a lot. And if you know anything about logistics, if you try to shove, if you start pinching a tube, no matter how little you're pinching it, if something could just go through, it'll start hoarding itself up. It'll start hoarding itself up, and that is what traffic does as well. So hey. I figured I could drive the road around. I did when I drove a scooter. And a lot of people figured the same thing because it's fucking horrendous being on the... it's absolutely horrendous being on the highway, which has resulted in a lot of traffic on a small road in the back. Because of course it has. There's no other way around. Otherwise, every single every single avenue of travel is blocked off by, what the fuck? It's blocked off by lights. Light crossings, whatever the fuck they're called. That will hamper it significantly because they are really, really bad for such a level of traffic overall. You know, if you have... I don't remember what they're called, I'm completely blanking out on it. But if you have a light signal where it says, okay, it's supposed to let maybe 5 cars through. Okay, now you have consistently 15 cars that come for every time it switches. That means that by 3 switches you're gonna have 30 fucking cars waiting for their turn, and the original batch has just gotten through. So that's not an option, and the only way to really get behind that is going through a very small town or village that has a school. And of course, someone from the municipal has figured, no, that's not good. We need to corner all of this off. It has to be shut off completely. Because that is the best way to solve a traffic jam. It is to try and jam it even further. Because fuck you, get back in the fuck you, get back and back behind a line where you will grip your fucking steering wheel with such force that you're worried you'll fucking rip it off. The funny thing is that a lot of locals has also been like, could you fucking don't? This is a really bad thing. This is not a good thing. This is just gonna hinder all of us. But, the politicians and the police figure that's the best way to do it because they are indicative of the everyman. I know that the big issue isn't that they made the road work, and they can't fix the issue now, because they did it in the wrong order. How they should have done it originally is that they should have made the side rows significantly bigger. They should have given more options for everything else. Or they should have given more alternatives to the highway. Sorry. Brain fog. They should have given more alternatives to the highway before starting highway work. That way when it all starts up, there is significant infrastructure capabilities for handling the extra traffic load they are forcing onto the road, especially given how central the highway is to that region. But no, now it's people who has to pay the price and has to pay. Now it is people who has to pay the price in their life. And I'm really fucking angry about it. Now it is people having to pay the price in their life being wasted behind a wheel because people who are in charge of logistics can't fucking figure their way out of a paper bag. And it is always like that. It is never that, oh, we made some decent alternative. Road work is always just shit by idiots. I'm not saying anything about the road workers. They're just people doing their job. When road work goes shit, it is not the individual people doing it. It is almost never the workers. It is pretty much always the planners. A good example of that is, for example, aim dead center. If I get a job too late to finish it in proper time, it isn't necessarily because I'm slacking. It can just as well be that I haven't gotten it in time to actually be able to finish it. I am just due. I am not planned. That's not to throw my, it's not to throw the foreman under the bus. Sometimes stuff just doesn't pan out. But the fucking thing is also that they have just decided, hey, let's just do the entire work at once. Not piecemeal. That will start over here and then slowly work our way. No. At once. That's just something that pisses me off about bureaucracy in general. No one knows what anyone is doing, and it all ends up shit due to it. And I know that it's supposed to be so that it isn't just one idiot figuring it all out. But here's the thing, though. With that, now you have a lot of idiots figuring nothing out. Because they don't talk together, because that's gay or something. I don't know. Traffic is like water. And if you can't understand the dynamics of how the blood flows, you can't understand the dynamic of how... I don't know where this analogy is going. Oh no. Okay, you're dead. Okay, solved. Triple kill. It's also just the way that it was proposed to be cut off would make very little sense for the most part, but and also not aligned with their drawings. Or not drawings. Well, it wouldn't align with the map they had made, but then again, politicians do two things: not think about what the fuck they do will cut and have of consequences for anyone but themselves, and lie. That's pretty much it. Or if it's something that's gonna affect them, then you can be sure that they will have every knowledge of every intricate detail of it. But as soon as it affects anyone else, no matter how many it will be, they don't give a flying fuck. I have distrust of authorities. Couldn't get tell. Okay, that's two. Usually they're enough over here that you can actually get the entire barcode. I think the way it was set up, or the way it was phrased, my bonus dad kind of missed what the fuck it was about. Because you can still direct traffic way away from that school, basically by using the way I have been using, and that wouldn't completely make it a barren road. But then again, it comes with the big, hey, we just want to get in the way of everyone else because we can't figure out how to plan anything. thing out properly. Thing that politicians usually do. I've joked a few times that if I ever quit my job, I need to go into logistics. Or, road logistics. Simply because it would be the only one in the field who isn't fucking lobotomized. Then again, I wouldn't be the only one who's actually deranged. And comforting. I had a hard time believing that I would be the only psychopath in there. Or something. I don't know what it's called now. I definitely know that I want to. I'm just going there. I definitely know that I currently want to murder every single official until I'm in charge of the entire project. But that's just a pipe dream. Most of my time on the road is usually spent contemplating how much I want to beat the one ahead of me to death with the shovel that's in the passenger seats. Or the back seats, or whatever the fuck you call them. I think it was also in the statement. Oh damn. I think it was also in the statement there was the official statement. It was like they worked tirelessly to figure out how to better get in, how to make it so people can better get ahead on the road, or you can better get past the fucking traffic. And it was like, no, you aren't. I know you're a politician, so you have to lie, but couldn't you just be quiet? None of you give a single solitary shit about how anyone is gonna get ahead of that because you don't care. Or, well, you don't give a single solitary shit of it, evident by the fact that it is like how it is already. You could have done a lot of things to prevent it, especially with the time frame you had to work with. Considering that you had to figure it out at some point that's necessary. It isn't just a spur of the moment with all the legislations that it has to go through. But this is the reality you have forced us all to exist in, so why the fuck do you think that I will give you any sort of sympathy? No. No fighting in the war room. Hold on. I haven't seen that movie. It's just a good quote. Here. And see everything. Oh, great. Having violent urges and acting on them are two different things.
Dispatch, this is Patrol Car 18. We're outside of Klint by the railroad tunnel to Muscoda Naval Base. It looks like a train cart has derailed right over the road here. A whole container is blocking the road. Must have come from the naval base. We can see some movement up there. Me and Sandberg will investigate. Let's hope it's not like in the movies where the last thing you hear will be someone starting to... Oh my god!
Bit on the nose, don't you think? Print a transcript of a request for assistance from Modern Command Center. We have lost contact with the supply truck en route to Hoofdsorben. Request that you send in a team to investigate shipment details or restricted. Soak them located. Locate and report only. And this one. The map shows the mountain regions and highlights a spot with the note radio mast. Wasn't there a minefield somewhere with... Wasn't there a minefield in some place with when it was supposed to be cleared out? Or it was supposed to be cleared out, and then to check it, the commander who actually planted all the landmines, or was in charge of it, got into his own car and then drove ahead of his army, of the people he was in charge of, who also planted the landmines, that had to walk shoulder to shoulder. I mean, I get why they're in pairs, but it's still annoying. But he had to literally go over the spots he had planted landmines, simply because they are so awful. That's also why landmines are actually banned by the Geneva Convention. Unless they are, unless they will self-detonate. What is it? Victim-triggered explosives are prohibited according to the Geneva Conventions unless they have a safe detonation time. Like, after a while they will just detonate. So you can't place landmines, but it will have to be like satchel charges that are remote activated. Or just blocks of C4, I guess. So technically something like proximity grenades in most games are allowed according to the Geneva Conventions. Because due to game balance, they will detonate after a little. It's because due to grammatically correct, am I stupid? Well, and am I stupid? That's a shiny rock. They said they might, my mom and bonus dad said that they might check it over the weekend because I don't have time to really go anywhere Sunday. Especially not just there to fob around. I guess I'll just drive away home. I drive from home earlier. Where the fuck is it? Oh, all the way over there. traffic is a lot like working with traffic is a lot like liquids. Come to think of it. Here. Oh, another one. I don't think I ever got to this one. That's upsetting. I would love to see. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. If I did, it would have been a few times anyway. That's why I'm a bit bitter over those messages. Or maybe just... Don't put your faith in me, because eventually I will disappoint you. Do not try to be like me. If you see me as motivation, be motivated to be better than me. The Three Fucking Stooges. Hold on, I have a gift for you. Well, it was actually one for each, I think. Ended up being one for each. I am wonderful. I think while we do Phoenix Rising, I'm gonna just be a menace. What does this actually say? Otter? Okay. Radio silence. Map found at the Uton War Bunker highlights a remotely positioned radio mast near the summit of Berget. That sounds odd. Berget is probably used by the enemy to disrupt radio communications, just like the ones in the archipelago region. Finding it and restoring its functionality will bring you one step closer to re-establishing use of radio. Yeet. So what do you have? I think this place should be without energy, so don't know how I activate the comms. I do like my bonus deck, but you can't use it square. Like if you talk past each other, he'll just insist rather than trying to listen at times. Which I don't gel well with. And I think is the main point of friction, but I still like him. He's good. I think it is actually up here. Maybe then it would be this that brings us the closest to it. Back on track. Oh. And what did it then say? Intercepted a police transmission. Okay, that's the one. I thought we got something more. At least I remembered it that way. But I have the key. No, you need to ask nicely. Give me the key. I'ma just be honest. I would call that good enough. Current world. And we go in with Sir Bakery. Sir Buckerman. Oh, am I? I'm Spiderman. Yeah. Funny thing is, the people around that area also spoke out against it. The decision. So, yeah. Remember, if you just say it's for the sake of the kids and then fuck everyone over. That was also a bit of it, if I don't remember. If I don't misremember correctly. Come to think of it, I could actually make pretty good shots with this. For the gnomes. You can in general tell where stuff is just based on the region. I don't think you can take a picture from this that will just magically match up with anywhere else in the entire game. Collectively. So here, there's one there. There's the top of it. We don't really need those. We also have that one in there. Don't have that there. Sorry for this being so political and political. I must sound like an anarchist or some shit like that. I don't really know. I'm in a weird spot with my political opinion because I think, I like socialism where people have where there's a built-in safety net so people just they'll just get fucked over. But those in quote-unquote charge should never feel safe. Because if they feel safe, if they feel way too comfortable, they will try to get away with stuff. And they shouldn't get away with stuff. They should just serve the people. I don't know where I land on any political spectrum. I couldn't care less, if I'm being honest. Even in Denmark, I don't vote. And people will say, but you won't have any influence. I don't want influence in a system I already find broken. Where does it say there is one? That says there is one out here, and I think it might be a gnome. If it is a gnome, that will mean that I can get like shots from up here, hopefully. And I'm more than ready to plant explosives next to it. Where was it? Okay, here. We have one out here, and we have one that seems to be here. I think if I go from this, I can go out here first. I can go from this and then check here and then there. And I'm taking it with this character because he has the challenge of a not numbing expert. This one. Wait, did it get even remotely reset? No. That seems about correct. The apocalypse harvesters might as well just be saved till you're on Himfjall. Whatever the fuck it's called. I do not speak Swedish. I barely even speak Danish. Or English for that matter. Yeah. See, I should just pick this marker first. Wonder how far away you can get it. No, I think this is the best spot you can get it from. But it wouldn't have been possible without this. So I'm thankful for having May with me. Easy breezy, wonderful crocodile. And I'm kind of doing this because I want to go in and play something. I like the I'll play Terraria. I do also have to play some Dark Tide, but I do that on my own time. It's just an event. Oh, you're stupid over there. The idea of that stupid, even for me, will not always stick. Because, okay, but sometimes it also is just so advanced that it seems ridiculous. Which is also where I put the, what the fuck did I call it? Am I really smart? Is what I'm doing really smart, or is it just advanced stupid? A question you need to ask yourself. At times I really want to try this with the hipfire. I don't know, hipfire and something, and then just drop the scope. Just to see what it's like. Well, the mission missing is definitely a lie, so... Or a bug. I feel like I have to say that someone on the server said that picking up or getting refined metals from rivals was a bug, but I think it's more that they don't drop from rivals that's a bug. Because specifically in the statement it was said that it is supposed to happen, but it can also just be a unicorn drop. Like the fucking masks are from the gnome chicks, and it pisses me off. I want a gnome mask. It is the final thing I need for my fit to be complete. This is a love letter. Were they waiting for someone? What's the skinny? The dip. I think it'll actually be faster if I grab a bike from up there. I don't mean motorbike. Also, at some point during the interlude, I will have to check what health from motorbikes actually does. Is it just that, oh, it works versus it doesn't? Or does it slowly damage the fuel efficiency? Also, I think on some of my points I'm gonna be a bit mean. But that will mainly be for comedic effect. For example, I have been over the quote-unquote meta of using medical rounds or medical slugs. Medical slugs with the experimental pump gun. Because, I mean, there's better weight and... Wow, that looks trivial. There's better weight and burst healing, but people will also say that, oh, it's the best healing and it's more efficient. Efficiency, if you're crafting them, sure, I'll give you that. The thing is just that you can find them. You can find advanced health kits a lot of places. And you can get them from a lot of things. So arguing that they aren't as efficient, that they take more resources to craft, is kind of null and void. Okay, I have to zoom in for that. Okay, it's in there. it isn't in there. Maybe it's... Oh. You won't be shut. Bye-bye. Hunting mammoths. Oh, right, it's up there. Well, fook. Don't give me that sound. Oh, it's right next to it. Wonderful. Message in a model. Oh. Well, come up here and get me, you bitch. Also, I still have no fucking clue what alloy is supposed to mean. Sledgehammer, 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 I'm crazy loving you. Okay, there's one there. There's one there. One there. There's one there. Yeah. Wow. Oh yeah, and by the end of the convo, my bonus dad also joked with if they end up going around in a circle, if they end up in a car crash going around in a circle or some shit like that because they couldn't find their way out, I'll know what happened. And I just replied, wait, if that's the case, then I'll need to lay siege to the fucking mayor's office. At least have enough styrofoam to make the napalm I need. I think that's also one of the worst things of just trivia I can bring up if people go like, how do you make napalm? I'll just coldly ask, do you mean like in general, or do you want an advice? And then they'll get the entire spiel about how napalm isn't a specific substance and shit like that that might ruin their face. But that's the fun of it. That's Survivor's Notes, isn't it? What's the skinny? Love Letters or Survivor's Notes? I hope to at some point have this character maxed out. Oh yeah, it's in there. Me. I've started watching Freeman's Mind again. I kind of fell out of it, but then I got back into it, and it's pretty fun. Of course. Okay, there's there, and there's there. Is there? But there could also be there, and there is definitely not there. But there is there, and there's there. So that's that, I think. I also noticed that in the last video that I started mumbling again. And I hate that I do that. And no, this is not some extroverted mumbling when you aren't shouting at people. It is actually that I know, oh, I couldn't make out what the fuck I was saying. So that's fun. By the way, this is in this region. Which is funny. I think it's funny anyway. If there were other red dots than the one red dot there is, like flip-up reflective sights, that'd actually be really cool. I would love to have that on her thing. Or her quest, I guess. Guest. Im's languaging bit. I'm just languaging all language. I'm just languaging all over the place. That happens. So it should be in this one, and it should be just around here. I keep fat fingering this. If I get hit once, I'm turning around and launching the. Okay, we're going. Yeah. Not so tough without your reggae beacon, are you? Slip. Oh. Make it stop it. Oh, is it you? I'm not I was about to say I'm not above dismembering you, but I fat fingered it. A fat tongue did. Tongue. Tongue, tongue, tongue. What does sahur mean? Also, who decided the names for those brain rot creatures? Went to find them and slap them with a fish. You live. Okay, we have 3 over here. It's a bit upsetting that we don't have just a mass gun. We don't have something that would be really fitting for a neck shot. Maybe, I guess, a shotgun. Yeah, that makes sense. If you're hypercritical to the point of only being able to communicate via hyperbole, stop communicating. If every time you counter it, it gets to, but you know what I mean. And no one knows what you mean, and you need to stop. Calm the fuck down! There you are. Can I land that? If I could get up in that water tower. Wait. Yeah, that's the tower. If I can. Okay, that should be close enough. How far can I get up the tower? Maybe. I don't know why they had to get rid of those. At least why they felt the need to get rid of those. Having the longer form weeklies was actually pretty nice. I know sometimes I didn't really want to do it. Oh. Wait, right? Okay, good. I thought I was just done collecting those. That would be weird. Okay, let's see. how far up I can get if I can still get a clear sight picture of it. Okay, it should be able to from up here. How far am I away? Yes. Nostalgia. It's good that they can still be used for something. This is a great spot to snipe them from. This region has two really fucking good spots to snipe gnomes from. That's good. I should make it a montage. Actually, I think I'll clip the gnome snipings from this session. I didn't know what I should call them. Gnome assassinations or gnome sniping. Long shot Italian plumber. What was the other one? Yellow gnome, wasn't it that? Actually, I can check it. Also, just let's see what it's over there. Valuable cargo. Evil gnome. Well, I guess eliminating the evil gnome is kinda valiant. The light side gnome. Bringing balance. Okay. Yeah, there's a slight switch to even this, but it's not as abrupt as the hunting rifles. I do love shit like, I don't know if that's a usual thing where the smoke really gets cleared up by it. I think the shadow work is wonderful. It should be in here. Okie dokie. We have one here and we have one here. Gonna place a waypoint here, and fast travel here. May the Gnome Slayer. Why gnomes? Get them all into an orderly line and I'll personally shove an umbrella up the asshole of every single one and then fucking open it. Which is just a great thing to say, it gives such an exquisite mental image. I'm going to shove an umbrella up your asshole and fucking open it. What are you running for? I hope not president, because this will be short. Although this can actually disorientate you. It just muddies the colors a bit. Dun 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 diddly doo diddly doo da da doo doo dim dum dum dim dum dum dim dum diddly doo boodly hoop jubam bum Right. I don't have a pistol on me this time. I have a lot of him. Fiddly-doo. Fiddly-doo. Also, I've officially been... Being born out of a wedlock is the original definition of being a bastard. So, in my mind, if you are a bastard, you are allowed to say it's like forward. What the fuck was that about, you asshole? How about you hand over your thoughts? Okay, you're dead. That's way too much, but... Fiddly-doo. Fiddly-doo. Banana. But I do like the, hey, it's really not, hey, we're gonna do this for the kids. It's just getting met with, you're giving me a needless half an hour extra to work, Pete. Please shut the fuck up. But it is literally just what it is. Fuck, and get the fuck back in line. And back in the lines we're forcing because we can't plan out shit. And our infrastructure's just a bag of bollocks. I will never give a politician the benefit of the doubt because they don't deserve it as far as I'm concerned. They are in powerful positions, and with great power comes great mockery. I think after this we only have the light side known to eliminate. No prisoners. If it is on a proper spot, I might actually be able to do another bell tower shooting. Which... What was that? I know that I'm not the most media-savvy person, but was that something real or just... Oh, launch. Was that something real or was it something that happened in a movie? Because I know that The Simpsons referenced it. With Ned Flanders just going, that's a homer, there's a homer, there's a homer. After assembling a Dragunov DMR in one of his dreams. 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. Ow. I'm dumb. Is the fuse time shortened? I guess I need to use more nuggets. Heck with it. Kabushki. Oh, prototype tanks. I think, therefore I amn't. But if I am not, but yeah, we have another letter up there, and then at the top of that hill, but I think there will be trees in the way. It should be right on top of there. So let's see if I can get a proper sight picture with the binoculars. And if I can, I might as well just have a shot at it. I was about to say Sacabambas piece. If you don't know what it is, try looking it up. It has like a face. It has a face. Now, that's not all of it, but it has a face. Just a facial expression that looks like the face you make just a second before the adrenaline stops. When you've gotten a serious injury, and it's just the moment before the adrenaline, like, you're full of adrenaline, you can't feel the pain, but you know you are in serious agony, so it's just I don't know, just look at it, it will make entire sense. Like, I am in a situation that is so fucked up that I have no way of getting out of this with my autonomy intact. And I have figured that out way too late in every calculation possible. It's a good face. The first meme I made with it was when you slam your penis in the car door. The next was for Generation Zeros, when you fight a tank the first time and realize they can run. It doesn't need more than one round for the job. If I can fire my aim can be true. May my aim be true. Nope. It might have to be from this hill. We'll see. And it should be on the last bend over there. I have never tested this, and I don't expect it to be anything. No. What I was hoping for, but not expecting, would be that there would be that while I'm wearing a helmet, there would be like ding 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 from the sound of the raindrops hitting your head or hitting the helmet. I'm not in the mood to fight any of you. Wait, what? Oh, riecht. Nu geht. And thus I win. be just up about this bed. I'm making the bed that is inside here. No, but there's titanium somehow. Where are you? Where is you? Or maybe on the rocks or something. Am I completely stupid? Yes, I am. Halingus. Oh, so I already... When did I get that? Was that on the last one? No, I was just too rushing to get out of there. Collect Suvivos moods. Listen, little thing, I can mindfuck you. Also a thing I really like. But it... That's... Come on, I'm spooning an M82. 82, I have enough firepower to kill a building. Hit! I think that's gonna be it for this time. Let me just see. Yeah, we got the one from down there. In fact, I'm fairly sure. That's why it said that the collectible had been collected. I just did that to get out of... Yeah, collectibles collected. So, everything seems to be in order. And with that, I bid you farewell. Thank you all for watching. It's been pretty fun. Until next time, stay safe. Over and out. Did I say that right? I think so.